Welcome everyone. Hi, it's Abraxas Precipice, the Expanse role-playing game. We are hanging out tonight. Everyone is people are working. February's gotten busy for people. I feel like February's been a lot more busy than most people have realized. But we are short both Claire and Mike tonight. So, but that's okay. We got the winner circle here, and we're gonna kick in on that. Let's see here. Anything before we start? I think just want to say, everyone, thanks for coming over and checking us out. If you want to find all our information, you can find us all there. No problem. All our stuff on the background. We did find out today. I don't know if you heard about this, Don. Like an hour ago, Twitch announced that they're limiting how much footage you're allowed to highlight.
Yeah.
And it's capped at 100 hours, and we are. This channel's at 320 hours because I have all of Abraxas Precipice on it. So if you want to watch the back episodes, guys, it's going to be YouTube. So just so you know, the hosting's gonna kind of move. That's if you want to watch. If you're like watching on here, you have to go to YouTube. So to watch the earlier episodes sooner or later. But I don't think that's in April. And I appreciate. I gotta say they gave us 2 months to migrate. It's pretty handy. So, but everything already migrated everything. So I'm not too worried about it. But that was kind of funny news. Like I'll go live. Oh, what's this? What's this big alert on my dashboard? Oh, hello. You're gonna get rid of all my back content. That's fun. Thank you.
No.
Just like that. But it's coming. I mean, I can only imagine how big their storage is. But that said, if you want to check out our stuff, there's our info, get all the back episodes. Furthermore, you can get some Abraxas Precipice merchandise there through Cauldron Tower. This Friday will be the last day to get the shirts with the individual characters. So if you want to get the big image of Wyatt or Myrtle, Zenny, Gaz, or Waxer, this is it. We'll be retiring those to make room for new stuff here too, and the like. And then last but not least, one of the best ways to support us too is through our Patreon. I am actually on Sunday, we are doing the GM hangout. So if anyone in the crew wants to come over and hang out with us, they can, but I will be on with the people on the Patreon to hang out and talk about Expanse stuff, whatever they want to talk about, RPGs, games, life, whatever, and we'll have a blast with that. I also put out a post recently. Right now I'm currently converting the colony into the organization system, which is in Sol Systems. So there's a kind of a scale up if you're doing more for lack of a better term, intersolar commerce is what it can build. So I have to kind of figure out what that's going to look like. I've been trying to talk to some of the patrons on there about what that's going to look like and everything. We're also pitching names. I pitched the names Mason's Edge. We'll see how that goes because this guy Star's Edge and Mason's Haven together, but we'll figure it out and the like. But anything you guys got anything to say or pitch or shill or?
I got nothing.
Nothing?
If anybody here is in the industry, I'll be at Gamma Trade Show. If you want to find me.
That's next week?
It is next week, yes. I will be working either at the Best Coast Parents booth, which does Catan's tournament software, or I will be in the Asmodee booth representing Catan's new 6th edition. So feel free to come by and say hi.
Very cool. So yeah, is it GAM or Gamma? It's Gamma, right?
Gamma.
Okay.
Game Manufacturers Association.
Yeah, I was at a meeting today, so it was all acronyms. I think we have a thing like Gamma. Yeah, there's acronym hell. All right, guys. Well, we'll be right back. We're on the opening credits, and then we'll be right back with Abraxas Precipice, and we'll see you soon. Welcome back, everyone. All right, so last we left off, The crew had gone through and explored, I think that's the word we use these days, the observing entity, a science ship in orbit around Tesoro Rosso, the planet with the colony inside the Nod system, looking for survivors. Sadly enough, there was no survivors aboard the science ship. However, though, there was some bodies, remains, and rather various clues to what might have happened and such. The crew is brought back, decides to go over and check out the other ship in orbit, the cargo ship, the Auspex, and but that's going to take a little bit of time to set up an orbit for that and go catch up to that ship. You still have the Jersey Kinross inbound, which is the ship that has the recovery supplies and everything. It's going to be another day or two for it to get here. But right now you guys are on the Coverdale in orbit, kind of checking through the stuff. You salvaged the sensor right off the science ship. Didn't bring a whole lot else back, I don't think. There was some concern over contamination.
Yeah.
But you guys did get some data off of it. You got some information, some stuff like that going on and the like. So my question to you is, what kind of materials or what kind of stuff are you interested in doing to prep for the next excursion onto the other ship here? You guys got a few days or however long you want to wait.
I would like to start with all this. When we went through the decontamination,
Yeah.
I want to check those logs and see if there was anything in here that would come up as a concern that we might have carried on, or something that comes out that's just like, we don't have any idea what this is. And to check all of our suits and make sure all the suits are good.
Okay. All right. So I'm hearing. I like this idea. This is a cool idea. You guys have your standard crew on board, and I'm trying to remember. You guys have, I think, Gaz. Is Gaz your science officer? Is that your best you have for science officers, Gaz?
Yeah.
You guys have. Is Crady with you?
Yeah, I think so.
I think Crady came with you.
Yeah.
Crew is. Yeah, you do have Crady, your med tech. That would probably be your best person if you're looking for like contaminants.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good. Okay. Cool.
I mean, yeah, I'll ask her to do all that, and then it's just habit from being in the Navy and just being out here. I'm still going to do the double check on the suits.
Okay.
Check them once, check them twice, just to make sure.
Yeah, they did take a whole like high level decontamination on the Coverdale. The Coverdale's not a very advanced ship. It's usually not built for this kind of stuff, but it takes a bit of time. But you guys do have them, and the suits are isolated. There's like a log file you can dig through. You can go through that with Critty. Call her up and get her on board to see her best knowledge. Although she is limited, we'll say she's not like super science or something like that. But okay, good idea. I like that. Wyatt, you got a course of action you want to take after getting back to the
after we've seen what we've seen on the side ship, how far are we from the planet right now? Like,
I mean, you guys are up in high orbit,
but we can see like land and all that.
Yeah, if the ship had windows, you could look out and see the planet. It's hard to miss. You're not like far from it at all. It's you want to jump out the ship and get down there, you'll get down there. Like,
I'm kind of curious. Can we take photographs from our ship of the planet surface?
Yeah, that's easily done.
Just to see if there's anything that we could see that's going on that we couldn't see before.
Yeah, Gaz had done some imaging, looking at kind of like the colony and stuff like that too. And the initial images that came back were indicating that the colony is largely intact. There was one building that looks like some sort of like damage to it from the out. Like, it's unclear if it was caused from the outside or the inside. At least
it had like a bunch of clothing on it. Was that what it was, or something on the ground? We saw.
There's a fair amount of clothing on the ground around the town. Like there's kind of see that kind of blown around. There is a decent amount of debris too. Stuff's blown through. There's like the equivalent of leaves and just crap like that. Debris being blown around. One of the buildings does have damage. The only other thing that was damaged was it looks like some of the greenhouses they have were like damaged, but you guys saw like some of the local fauna going in and out of those, so you're guessing they might have broken in for food, or that's everyone's best guess. It's just the bears came down and like, oh, there's something smells good in here. Let's go check it out, and they got in.
Yeah.
So they did not bear-proof their greenhouses, we'll say.
I'm really curious what's going on down there. Can we drop something that would land in the town, like some kind of communications, something that they could use to communicate back with us?
I mean, you could ask Waxer to rig something. He might be able to rig like a thing that could make the Atmo drop, and then basically would like a pod or something. That is, you guys do have shuttles too. I mean, there is shuttles on the colony ship coming in. Yeah, so that is a possibility to wait for those, or if you want to try to rig something off of with the plating and the ship here, that would be certainly like a jerry rig job. But you know, Waxer's, if you can plan it, he'll take a shot at it. So
I don't know how well.
Yeah, and McMichaels is on too. McMichaels he'd be the other man to ask for that.
Yeah. All right, I will just forget about the planet for now.
Okay.
Not forget about it, but move my focus over to the cargo ship and see what I can learn about it from where we're at.
All right, Myrtle, do you want to hang out with Critty when you're doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Critty comes in and basically they pull the logs off of the airlock. The decontamination logs. This is not like, this is a Belter ship. It's rigged together. It's stitched together with a lot of faith and brotherly love. In that order. And it is not like something that you it'll work, but it doesn't have all the fancy stuff. Even the Sinclair had like better stuff than this to some degree, because at least it was like a Martian built ship.
Right.
This one though, Critty kind of goes through it, and she'll take a shot at this. Do you have any medicine, like biology or medicine?
I do actually.
Oh, what do you have? Medicine?
I have medicine.
All right, I'll let you. You can roll your medicine. This will let you know if things that are like hurtful to humans. Critty has the similar thing along with cooking.
Right.
That's Critty. I forgot Critty's
Come on,
also the
baby.
cook.
Oh.
Okay.
I got doubles. Double ones. So I got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Well, okay. You take a look at this, and it looks like a standard decontamination thing. Like it's just saying like it's getting off a lot of like carbon, all kinds of stuff's kind of coming off of it. Critty did quite well. Critty rolled a total of 13 on the dice with double fours, and then 5 on the drama dice. It actually did pretty well. So Critty goes through it, and like everything looks pretty normal in it. But then Critty takes this moment, and she goes, "Hey, Myrtle, this is take a look at this real quick. This is weird here. She goes through and she's pointing like all the different like elements that are kind of like coming off in the filters and everything. But she'll take a look at this, and there's like a surprisingly like even if you're in vacuum, right? There will be little like particles that'll like latch onto your suit. They'll still be kind of like they'll be kind of stuck or whatever it is, right? And
space dust.
And she goes, "Hey, so the there was atmosphere on the ship, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sealed up and everything. She's like,
here and there, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, look at this, and she points to one part, and it shows the oxygen reading in the decontamination thing, and it's like nothing. There's like, even you guys should see something there, but she's like pointing to carbon, nitrogen, all these other elements are present, but oxygen seems to be kind of like not really present in the decontamination cycle.
That's weird.
Yeah, we should see at least a little bit. Not, I mean, it's not breathable, but like we should pick up something there in the sensors.
It's just like not.
No, it is not.
I would think. I would think with what because we've shared the what we saw and all that stuff. So in the whole thing, if you're looking at that dude being like a dehydration,
she goes through it and she's like, okay, say water. There's some water vapor here.
Okay.
A little bit of water vapor. So we're getting that. We're getting things that have, but no O3, no O2. CO2 is there's a little bit of like CO2, but no pure oxygen. And there was atmosphere over there. Did you guys try to check if it was breathable or anything?
No, because it just seems so weird that we decided not to take off, our hats there. So, is there any like when we were over there? Did we see any sort of plant life at all?
They didn't. You didn't see anything like that. Like nothing like plant wise. There was containment materials in case they did come to plant life, but you didn't see any like anything that
So
really.
there was
like,
nothing to create oxygen.
No,
or like,
no. They had. They had their air scrubbers were on there, but you guys didn't inspect
Right.
them.
Right? No, we didn't. Dang it! But I don't want to go back. It was creepy. Okay. But nothing else is like unknown or unexpected.
Let's see here. She takes a look through. Let's see here. There's like a miscellaneous column of stuff I can't identify, but like, I mean, if we were on the Sinclair, I could probably pick up some of these things are, but I don't know what the hell any of that is.
Is it like a trace, or is it? I mean, if it was more than like a trace, we'd probably notice it.
Let's see here. She kind of takes a second at it. And she's like, okay, let's see here. I think it's a decent amount of it. There's actually, okay. There's it's a pretty good chunk of the miscellaneous stuff. A bunch of stuff we're not identifying. I could pull it on the filter so we could try to poke at it and see what it is.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, it could be something that comes from planet that we just don't have information on.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, if you could do that, that would be great.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of quietly ping Wyatt and kind of give him a little status and wants to know if if any of this seems weird to him. Like obviously it does, but if he has any ideas of things that we can look at.
Wyatt wouldn't be smart enough on the science aspect of everything, but I am curious if there was oxygen anywhere else other than, like, if there was none in the thing that I can't think the name for right now for some reason. Was there any when we were like on the bridge and the science rooms and all that? Was there oxygen in there?
So you go back and look at your suit. The room that had the two bodies you found, yeah, you go back and look at your suit's like log and kind of like check the stuff against like the essential of the suit to like what you guys recorded of the Sinclair. And yeah, that one there really wasn't a whole lot of oxygen inside the ship like at all until you got to that room. Then there was a decent amount of oxygen.
So maybe they were shedding parts of the ship off to conserve other parts? I don't know.
I mean, that could be. Okay.
They were, didn't want something to migrate to a safer area.
Okay. I'll kind of pass this on to Critty, of like,
Okay.
Why it's thinking and, kind of explain a little bit more as well. We were looking for stuff and yes, we should have checked the scrubbers, but we didn't think about it.
That was the last thing on our mind.
Yeah, because there's atmosphere. Okay, well, we're fine without thinking whether or not it was breathable atmosphere.
Yeah. But you guys did not do your...
We did not.
Do your
no.
due diligence.
Well, we can always go back if we have to.
There's that.
Well, yeah.
Don't want to be
I don't want to. I mean, we could. What we should do is like let's gather kind of the feedback from everyone and see if there's other things that we could check out.
Okay.
If we go back in again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that before we start going over to another ship, is that there's lots of like science and meds and shit over here.
Mm-hmm.
But if we get over there and they don't have any of that stuff, or if we run into the same problem like with the atmosphere and everything, we'll at least know that not take our helmets off.
Yeah.
And like move through the space a little bit differently and look for different things.
Okay.
Is it possible for that other ship, the cargo ship, is there any way anybody on our ship can hack into the systems from here to get cameras?
Yeah, they might be able to pull something off here.
I mean, I would like to see what we're getting into before we go inside.
Right.
If at all possible.
Okay. You go ahead. Yeah, Gaz was like, okay, well, there was some stuff security-wise I think I can pull off. I'll have her. Actually, shit, you're a security guy. You could do this. I forgot
do security, yeah.
You could do this. You're not completely helpless.
Like, that's 11 rolled plus 4, so 15.
15. Okay. You go ahead and like, yeah, you make a connection from the Coverdale to the what's it called? The observing entity.
Yep.
And yeah, you're able to get into some of their stuff pretty easily. It's not too bad, to be frank. Yeah, but you get into like basically like the main things. You can't see into like engineering. You can't see into the bridge, but it's like the basic like system you would use to like do cargo loading and unloading. So you can see in the cargo bay. You can't see in the science deck, but you can see in the cargo bay. We'll say the cargo bay. And machine shop. We'll say also the machine shop.
Can I see anything whenever I bring one up?
What's that?
Do I see any people? I should say living.
This is you're going after the old ship, the one you want to go to.
The one we want to go to, the cargo.
I'm sorry, the other one. Okay, so yeah, you do pull. Okay, so I'm sorry, I got confused.
That's right.
You actually got it. So the Zoospec is the other ship, the cargo ship. So you get into it, and yeah, you get into the cargo system, and it's all like ready to receive cargo and everything. You can see that the bay has a fair amount. There's a fair amount of damage inside of it. You can see what like. It's decompressed, so there's no atmosphere in here, and you can tell that's because like there's like holes in the hull. There's like several holes. It looks like mostly like gunshots. You're guessing pretty good caliber rounds. So this isn't like random shots. Like someone's like firing like their practice pistol in the place. They were trying to kill someone or blow something up or another. Yeah.
I kind of wonder if somebody beat us here and weren't as nice as we're going to be, and there's a lot of dead people because of that.
Good question.
That ship shot up. What, I don't know if the boats came from inside or outside, but they came from somewhere, and why? But we won't know that, I guess.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we ever get any satellites around the plane out to work?
Yeah, you guys were able to connect to the satellites. Actually, they're working pretty well. Actually, all things considered, they can connect to the ships. They connect to the surface. Like I said, you guys are pinging the surface, but nothing coming back. And you guys have a repeat message going to the surface, but nothing comes back.
Now, any of these satellites, do they have cameras aboard them that would like?
Yeah,
maps?
Oh yeah, they have stuff like that. You want to try to pull data off of the satellite network? Is what you're trying to say?
I would like to, yeah,
okay.
just to find any kind of human activity.
This is going to be straight up like this would be security. This is going to be a tough one. This would become more under hacking. So, but you can try security measures to see if you can break it. But it's going to be
I'll try security because I don't have the.
No, I don't have hacking now. Right.
Let's see. 2 5s, 10, 13, nice. 17.
Okay.
Nice.
You managed to kind of get into the network a little bit, and you can check their logs, but you can't see the data itself. So you're kind of in like a diagnostic mode, but you're not like actually able to like open up the files if that makes sense. You can tell where the files are and like what's probably on them, what kind of files they are, but you can't look into them.
Can I see if there's any like messages that have been sent back and forth? I know I can't see them, but
okay. So you can see that the last messages that went out were a few years ago, but a little bit further dated after like when you guys saw the. You're pretty sure that those were going out after even, for lack of when you guys found the 2 dead members on the bridge. So it seems like. When they did their double suicide, they did that after the messages kept on going after they did the double suicide. There's like the messages come pretty regularly from the surface. But they were going to that ship. They weren't really talking to the other ship as much. That one they stopped talking to a lot earlier. It seems like contact with that ship got cut off fairly early.
There could have been nobody on that ship. I mean,
Could have been nobody on it. They could have abandoned it. Those are possibilities. Or they just said, fuck them. Like,
I wish I could get further into this, Cat, but there is no way that I can get further into this with my set of knowledge.
I wonder if there was a way to do this from that ship, from the medical ship. Is maybe get more into their communications a little bit more, or send something from there to see if it gets picked up, to see and like ping back to our ship.
Give me a technology test as you dig through.
Oh dear.
You got a big brain.
Well,
I know.
Myrtle's got a big brain.
I sort of.
Okay.
Like re-roll that. It's on its side. Okay, 4, 7, 9, 10, 12.
12. Okay. You kind of go back to the scans of the ship, and you're looking at the ship to see like how far it's intact and what parts of it are going on, and like it's not really, you're not really connecting the dots on it too well. It could be parts of it could be intact. You're not sure. Like the data cores could be intact, stuff like that.
Right.
That said, though, why you would know this from your security check. If you did want to try to access the files on the satellites, like, and you really want to access them, you can go intercept the satellites, like physically intercept them. But that would be taking them out of orbit too. So.
Can we put them back into orbit though after we've taken them out?
If you know how to relink them to the network after taking them offline, then possibly. But that's kind of a shaky.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they're not doing any good just sitting there doing nothing right now.
Well, that attitude.
True.
You gotta have a positive attitude.
Unless Gaz feels like she could hack into further than where I'm at, because this is as far as I can get.
Let me go pull Gaz's character sheet, and I'll tell you what Gaz can or cannot do.
Otherwise, we may need to just go back and do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And then just kind of not pay attention to the medical stuff, but just get a little bit more into the systems and see what kind of messages have been sent out here, and see if we can connect to the satellites from there versus from us.
All right. Gaz tries to run the Matrix and does not run the Matrix. Did not roll great on that one.
I honestly wouldn't mind taking the satellite, Cap.
Yeah, sure.
It would be. We don't have to go over to the other ship that way and deal with whatever's over there, especially if there's some kind of contaminant that we don't know about.
True.
I mean, when we can eventually figure out, before we leave the system, we could always figure out how to get this back up there and working for the people if we find people.
Right, and it's not like it's the only satellite, right?
No, it's a network. There's like it looks like there's probably like a set of like 7 or 8, you think, floating around the planet. The network's actually surprisingly strong. You're looking at it. I mean, Michaels, if you ask him or ask in the text of the ship, like Gaz or whatever, they're like, yeah, it could lose a satellite and still be pretty functional. I think basically like their professional opinion is that they built the satellite network like for expansion, but they never got to that expansion point.
Right.
They wanted, so they didn't. Instead of like you guys had kind of a choke point of your guys' network back home, and these guys did not have that redundancy. They had a lot of redundancy. So that's what.
I guess it's time to go fishing for a satellite.
Yeah, that gives us time before the Jersey Kinross gets here to go over to the cargo ship.
A good way to put it, Myrtle. Have you guys read about that shit? Like they talk about that shit in space. Is like they spearfish for it's basically spearfishing in space for satellites.
Yep.
Yeah, you spearfish space junk. It's like that's the best way to do it.
Science.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right,
that's.
All right. Yeah. No, you guys can go try to capture one. Spearfishing may be a little bit aggressive, but you can certainly like send Waxer out in the mech to grab it and bring it back.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
It's just a matter of like cutting it off and everything. Okay. All right. So that's a possibility. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. As you're doing this, Critty is taking your task up to look at these things, and Critty takes a look at them. Does quite well again. Shit, she's fucking. You guys need to have her join the party. She's doing really high.
I know, right?
She rolled well. So she kind of goes through it, and she's like, She looks at the particulates, like the miscellaneous particulates, and kind of deciphers them out best she can. She's like, the gear on the ship's not great for it. This is more of a Zenny's type of ship. Zenny's not. She's like, if I recall, Zenny's not the most scientifically inclined one of you all. But it looks like there's I got some kind of weird hits on this. There's some unknown kind of like there's like some like pretty complicated compounds on here.
Compounds?
Yeah, they look kind of. I think they might be like some sort of biological leftover or something like that or another. I'm not really sure what they are.
Way to know if it's safe or dangerous.
She's like,
well, whatever.
I don't really have the gear to do that here.
I know that.
What's the size of this thing?
What's that?
The satellite.
Oh, the satellite? Oh, I mean, it's like the size of like a, probably like a compact car. I mean, it's like a hatchback.
Right.
Geo Metro. You want to go?
I'm like, do we have space in the cargo hold for a Geo Metro?
We had this guy who used to come to the game store, and he's like, I don't want to hear about any of you being brave men until you take a ride in that Geo Metro my work gave me.
It's like, nope.
You know, that car turns boys into men the way it drives. So, but yeah, it's a pretty good size. Like, they have solar panels to run for a long time, batteries, all that stuff, propellant. If they're not perturbed, they can run for decades. But yeah, you guys can bring it into the cargo hold. Waxer's mech could easily like move it.
Right.
Yeah. Or you could.
I mean, that sounds like the easiest way without risking too much. Waxer feels comfortable doing it. I mean, of course.
He's like, yeah, no problem. Like, run of the mill. Him like Michael's is run of the mill stuff. He's always just go over there. We have to turn the power off on it, and then try to disable it so it's not going to be powered up, and then just bring it over because we don't want to try to thrust out to course correct while we're moving it.
Yeah.
I would also suggest that everybody suits up.
Suits up? Like,
If we're gonna bring that thing in here, I'm super paranoid.
Okay.
After my hippie trippy year in a weird place, that I'm a little extra cautious, shall we say, versus just sticking my head into places that should not go.
Yeah. Okay. Good thing.
Follow
What was that?
I said I'll follow Cap's orders, so if that's what she wants, that's what we'll do.
Everybody suit up.
Okay. So, yeah, everyone suits up and gets the lids on. Critty asks if you want her to keep on messing with the thing or not and try to figure out more about it. She's really limited though by the gear they have on the ship. It's not a lab.
Will the Jersey Kinross have better equipment to look at it?
Yes.
I would say if they're willing
Not much
to.
better, but it'd have better.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably better to wait for that ship, and then we can focus on this for now.
All right, she goes, all right, I'll put
where it's not.
I'll put a lid on it. Okay. All right, so she does. And you guys send out Waxer. So here's the question. Do you want Waxer to, he can do this several ways. One is to like basically carve out like the data core, carve the drives out of it and bring them on board. Two would be to like try to disable the whole satellite and bring it back on board. Because if you take out the drives, the thing will still work. It can only like relay. It can't really store data so much anymore. But it does have so it's kind of like a question of how much do you want to do on it. If he does bring it on board, you guys could put it back, but you're gonna have to figure out how to reactivate it into the system. It's not information you guys have right now.
And if we take this one, we feel pretty confident that it'll stay. The rest of the satellites will be fine.
Yeah, they're on a mesh network. There's plenty of them.
Yeah, I'd say we bring the whole thing just because it'll be easier to extract it without the risk of it breaking or anything like that.
Sounds good. Okay, so you guys go find the nearest satellite and roll up to it and such like that too. And Waxer goes EVA with Big Mike, pulls the EVA over to it really quickly. It doesn't take them much time, but they go ahead and they get on They grab it. You see him cut the power off of it and everything like that too. He's not trying to preserve it. He's just like, he cuts like the solar panels off of it. He cuts like the cords on it and all this kind of stuff. McMichaels is kind of just like doing trash pickup with it. They're putting it into like a net to bring back, and they kind of pull back the main body of the satellite. You can see it's like dispowered and everything like that too, and they bring it back on board no problem. Really easy job actually.
Yeah, excellent.
They bring it on board and it's in the cargo hold and everyone's got their lids on. Do you want to run the decontamination on it, or do you want to like just throw the airlock on it, Captain? Or XO, whoever.
I want
Decontamination affect
yeah.
anything on it though? Like,
What's that?
could the decontamination destroy anything on this?
No. It's like
Yeah.
you guys can go through it physically. The satellite can survive it.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's do that.
Even if it takes a little more time.
Okay, so you're decontaminated. It comes back. The decontamination process comes back with like little and nothing on it. Like there's not like there's a few particles attached to it, but it's all minimal bullshit. Nothing like the other one. Nothing like it hasn't been exposed to atmosphere in years.
Mhm.
And it comes in, and you guys kind of put it in the what's it called, the cargo hold, and there it is. It's up, and Gaz comes over to it and starts like cutting into it with some tools and pulls the let's see how Gaz does. Gaz manages to pull the drives out, the data core out.
Up and see what we can find out about it.
All right, she's like, all right, let's go take a shot here. I need. I'm gonna roll see who does it. It's gonna be Scott. Scott, I need you to roll a d6.
I don't like that.
You're gonna may not like it, but you'll learn to love it.
Roll a 5.
You rolled a 5. Okay, I believe that's good. So there's no you don't have a turn event. Congratulations. As you guys kind of like you crack it open here, you can see that like it's a Martian satellite. It's an MCR grade satellite. It's a nice satellite. And Gaz is gonna start messing with it, and she's like, all right, let's hope this stuff isn't too like encrypted. And she's gonna start messing with it. See how she does here. Oh, it's pretty good actually. Okay, she starts cracking into it, and she has some comm. She's like, all right, some comm buffers here. We got some images, a lot of status updates. Okay, all right. These are and she pulls up like the files you were looking at, like the communications back and forth. There's the last message. There's like something like a few hundred messages from the surface going up on all channels to the other ships.
Damn.
Like a few hundred messages. It's like it's over a period of like months.
Okay, months. Okay, not like a really short amount of time.
No, they're not sitting there like speed dialing out. They're just. It looks like they're trying to call them like probably 2 to 3 times a day. They make contact. But
is there any that were picked up where they had like that meshed up where they would have a response back at any time? Like, can we see those? Like, if they responded back?
Yeah, you can. There's no responses back for months. Like it goes on. There is some responses further back, but you can actually look at the messages now if you want to, though.
Yes. I'll look at the messages up.
You look at like the last message, and like the last message is like it's an audio message comes through, and it's you hear a voice on it. It's kind of like staticky a little bit. Like you can kind of hear like there's like it's not the cleanest sound, and it comes with like a voice saying like just come down, just come down here. And it's like a really short message. And you look at all the messages. All the messages are pretty short. Like all these for months are very short. They're under like 10 seconds the longest.
Is there any? I don't care how far I have to go back. Is there any that are longer than that?
Like any particular point it like stopped being normal?
There's some that are longer, and like you go back and further. How long of a message do you want to look for? Like more like 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes?
Yeah, something that's a little more than 30 seconds.
Okay, so you go and find something more than 30 seconds, and they come up and there's something like they go well look, it's not going to be easy being up there. It's a lot easier down here. Honestly, the sun's shining and we got housing and everything you would want. Just come on back down. Like it's like stuff like that, and it's going on describing the area being really nice and very inviting. but like it's always just like, come on, and Eli's message was like, yeah, you just come back down to the surface.
Hmm.
And very
Maybe.
kind. Very
Like
kind
overly
voice.
kind, uncannily kind, or
You can use your intuition on that. Roll intuition.
yeah, I would love to.
Gotta roll intuition. When in doubt, roll intuition.
Oh, that's really good. Double sixes. So 16 plus 5, 21.
Very nice.
It's a little creepy, and what throws you off why is like this is like a Martian colony with like a bunch of Martians. You know they have like some Marines deployed down there and everything. And if they're running if they're serious Martians, they would not be talking to people up in orbit like that. It feels kind of creepy. Yeah. Something just feels off.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on down there.
I mean, it's not like me when I'm doing my like hippy drippy captain mode to kind of disarm people. It doesn't sound like that, right?
It does have that.
Or does it?
It does a little bit. It does have that condescension, the kind of condescending a little bit here. But this is like, you can tell like the person really wants them to come back down. It's not like sarcastic.
Okay. All right.
What would make them want to stay up on the ship and not go down there? I mean, if I would rather be down on planet side. I mean, these weren't belters up here that have been solely on the
Right.
life.
These are people that want to be on the ground.
Yeah, but they didn't go. What's going on? Just drop a couple bombs and see what happens.
There's
Could do that. But not. I mean, do we have any probes here? Or
no, the ship. This is not really like a probe ship right now, and that's something you have to build to like have like a really high advanced probe that they can drop down.
Well, maybe we can add that to the list if we go back to the science ship, because they might have probes over there.
Yeah, like there's some of that stuff over there that seems like they could have some probes. They definitely saw like the Waxer recalls seeing like the stuff to deploy probes, so they probably have one or two there maybe if they haven't left. They haven't used them all up. Okay. Well, you start going through the messages more, and they also start like you can see there's a lot of activity like right before the gates were closed, right before Inaros closed the gates. There was a shit ton of activity like going back and forth between, very systemic though, between like the science ship, the cargo ship, another ship that you're not sure about, and the colony. So there's like all this traffic, but it looks like very controlled messages. Like it's all it's not like they're not random. Like it looks like kind of flight control type stuff.
That is very interesting.
And the messages also start having bigger delays, so it looks like they were not in orbit when a lot of these messages were being sent out from the colony. They were like out further into the system.
I would definitely like to figure out if we could find the signature of that unknown ship and see if we can.
Okay.
I don't know if it's possible to scan for it, but
you pull up that ship, and that it is labeled to go to what looks to be another science ship. And this one is called the Celerity.
Celerity?
Yes.
Celerity. It's a nice name.
It is a nice name. Sounds delicious.
Can we find out any record where that could possibly have been within the last?
Well, now we're getting into some hardcore using data from the satellites to triangulate where the signals went. Okay, all right, you guys do real shit.
Either that, or just to see if that ship may have left the ring too. If we can.
You pull up you can pull up in the log to see if anything came through the ring like that way. Like this would be for whenever you guys last came through, and like nothing's come through. You guys, as far as everyone's concerned, you're the first thing to go through that ring in years.
Okay.
Aside from like a basically like a relay that kind of poked its head through and just like, it did one of these. It was just like that's what it did. It just did a little poke. It didn't really like stick around. So or it's still there just looking into the system. It's not like didn't go this deep or anything.
Okay, so knowing that nothing has come in a long time,
Mm-hmm.
or went out. Maybe, yeah, I would like to see if we can figure out where the ship is. If there's any information on the satellite that would tell us where it could be. Because I assume there's other planets out here,
Oh
right?
yeah, there's a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could be on any other planet at this point, or it could be down on the planet here.
Sure. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be a really advanced okay, I'll guess. This is gonna be like kind of quasi orbital mechanics and all kinds of shit. I'll have Gas take a shot at this. Gas does not know. You can have the ship try to figure it out. You guys do have like your engineer. You guys have some crew on there that can take a look at it. I'll have your one of your other crew look at it. We'll have Peter Jenkins look at it. He might know. Peter does not know either. It is difficult, but what is known is like it was out of the system a ways. So this was not something that was like. This was a few of the orbital ellipticals out, so not like an adjacent, not like the asteroid belt that's close here. It is way out there. Probably when it'd be like past the way you guys came. Yeah.
So is there a way to direct a wide message that way?
You guys can broadcast out that way. Yeah.
Yeah, that way maybe if there's somebody out that way, they'll
Okay.
send something back this way.
Okay. You guys broadcast out. I mean, it'll take at that distance. It'll take a little while for the signal to come back. But
Right.
if you do get anything, but yeah, okay. You start broadcasting out signal, no problem. Mikhail puts that on the comms. Easy done. And you guys haven't been stealthy here, so if you're out here, people will see you, so they'll know what's going on. Okay. So I put out a broadcast, looking at this thing. Okay. Yeah, the satellites provide some information that there was like. What you're basically figuring out from it is that like, and this is Gaz and Peter's conclusion, that they were doing some sort of operation further in the solar system, further out from the planet, but like they don't know what it was, and they can't get deep enough into this to figure it all out. The actual messages that are saved on the satellite are limited. There's not a whole lot of them. But yeah, there's a shit ton of these messages. I mean, hundreds of them going like, yeah, like it's it's a nice sunny day today here in Malenka. We really miss you all up there. Why don't you come on down? It's stuff like that. It's fucking weird to listen to.
I wonder if maybe the colony has split in a way. They found maybe something on a different planet, like builder tech, and some of them went that way, and some of them stayed here. So it's like the science crews.
As you start speaking about aliens and abductions and possible conspiracy theories revolving the Backstreet Boys here, McMichaels pokes his head and is very interested in this now.
Oh no.
He's like, all right, now we're talking. Aliens, Martian colonies going missing, weird satellite stuff, people leaving messages about it. This is my wheelhouse now. I'm into it.
All right, you got to start throwing out some solutions here, or some, not solutions, but some theories of what might have happened.
Okay. Theories. Okay. Alien stuff, huh? I don't know, man. This planet didn't have a whole lot of builder tech on it known. This was one of the ones marked for it, but it had the atmosphere was good sunlight. Let's see here. Soil looks good, but nothing like we got back on the planet where we got that on Aethra, where we got big old things sticking out of the surface.
Yeah.
Even Ill's got stuff sticking out of the surface. This doesn't have anything like that.
Or if any, I mean, is there anything? Can we sweep the satellite to see if there's anything that was, I don't know, because we said we can't go deep enough, so probably not.
Well, you can't get the message, but you can get the message. You can get the logs of the message being sent, but seeing the content, it caps off at a certain point. Basically, it's just overwriting itself.
Yeah. Okay. Man.
What do you ask it? Just feel free to ask. That's okay. You can ask.
I don't know how to word it too. That's the thing.
Okay.
I want to know if there was any messages, I guess, that would talk about alien technology or something like the molecule, because I would assume
you throw that into what it is, and you get back like there are a few of those little weird messages that do mention aliens, but like it's always like you know, you can come on down the surface. There's no aliens down here. You know, it's stuff like that. It's like weird, like kind of mocking things almost like that. But like, there's nothing mentioned of builder tech. Like the proto-molecule is not mentioned. And you didn't see anything like that on the science ship either, like containment for anything like that. Like you see what that containment looks like, and it's pretty. You know, you've seen the links that Pope goes to contain his sample. These guys don't. They're not trying to pull off anything like that.
Okay.
But could Gaz maybe do something to try to figure out if this voice is real, or if it's, you know, like somebody
like synthetic or something like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, she'll take a shot at that. She's like, it sounds real. Like the static is like inconsistent. It's actually like the static is like genuinely like randomness, like genuine chaos. Like I can't, like, it's happening at intervals. It's not. So she's like, I think it's real.
Does it have any kind of like inflection? You know, like different accents that, like, especially that Wyatt would know from Mars.
The accent does come off of kind of like that drawl you hear a little bit at points. It's like very much like, come on, you know, come on down here. Sound, you know, it's fine. You hear that a little bit in there once in a while, but it's not emphasized. It's not a heavy accent. So it does sound like a Martian accent.
It seems more real if they're not forcing it through the whole conversation.
Yeah, they're not overdoing like it or mocking it. It's just kind of there, here and there. Like some of the stuff you can barely tell. Otherwise, it's really prevalent. It's kind of all over the place. But it's definitely the same voice over and over again.
Honestly, I don't think we're going to find out a damn thing until we can get down there on the planet.
You know, you might be right with that. I mean, and we still don't have any communications from the other ship. From the cargo ship.
Oh yeah, the cargo ship's just chilling there. Yeah, I mean, it looked like it had messages going to it at one point, but they stopped at a certain point, much a while back. Yeah, the ship definitely looks damaged from the outside, so it's powered down.
I really don't know what to. I mean, I don't know where to go from here, honestly, Cap.
Well, I mean, the plan was to board the other ones. I mean, we can do that.
Yeah, we need to start planning for that.
Okay.
We should start doing that.
I mean, any piece of the puzzle we could put together, if going over there teaches us something new that we didn't know from all this, then that's a win.
I think we should, maybe Gaz can put together a package of just, you know, kind of like an info package of everything that we've looked at, in case we do over there and there's people that want to know what the hell's going on.
Okay.
Like if they don't have access, right? It's like Gaz can do that. And so we're just like, if we get over there and we see somebody, we say, hey, look at, here's all this shit that's happening out here. You know, if for whatever reason they can't communicate out.
Okay.
And then they're just like surviving, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys could start your orbital route to get to the Zoospis. You can also tell the Jersey Kinross inbound to meet you guys there if you want to.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys go ahead and kind of plot a course up for that. Look through more of the data here and such. Yeah, it's just that message, man. It just sticks with you. Like, come on down. It's okay. Like, it's all safe down here. We're great. And it's just like it's the same voice over and over again. The one thing that does throw you off, why I'll have this piggyback on your intuition check earlier, is that they never reference other people down there. Like, they don't reference anyone named. There's no names dropped. It's just like, oh, we're all great down here. Like, come on down. Like, it's gonna be, you know, we're fine. It's a good sunny morning.
The water's fine. Come on in.
Yeah, it's like this weird kind of like, just like, they're not identifying themselves. They're just sending this message out over like all the different versions of it. Like, there's a different version almost every day.
I know when we go down there, if we go down there, whenever we go down there, I'm not going down there with like open arms. I'm going to be pretty on high alert.
No, I'm going to have arms. And you're going to be ready to be open.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there anybody on the Jersey Kinross that I don't want to say it like this, but fill in the spot of Ralph and Sally?
They don't really have a security team. They're trained. They have like training. They have like militia training. But they're not like, and most of their training has been like on the surface of planets or like under gravity. So like having them board a ship's not going to be, they're not good for ship combat, we'll say.
Okay.
But if you were to put them the boots on the ground, they could probably do okay. They do have some weapons, but not a whole lot. They're not bringing a whole lot of armor. It's like very minimal.
Okay. We really need to recruit more.
We need more bodies.
More soldiers.
Yeah, we need more fodder. Is that what you're saying? Need more fodder? Okay.
We need more red shirts.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, so we've got the messages. We can go to the other ship and scour what they have over there.
Mm-hmm.
We can put together to see if they have any probes.
Okay. No.
Maybe we do drop, I wouldn't say a bomb, but maybe, I mean, do we have any like scans of the surface? Like we know where the city
Yeah, you guys have
right?
you guys have a real-time satellite image or like images from your ship of the thing from when you guys went over it a while back, yeah. It's not hard
Is
to
there
spot.
is it next to like a large body of water?
There's a body of water a little ways out. They have like a series of like pipes that pump stuff in and out. But
Right.
there is a lot of like the area around it gets pretty foresty pretty quick. There's a lot of kind of like what like looks like a forest basically. These kind
Right.
of green things sticking out of the ground. But yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking. Maybe we do drop a package, that won't harm anything, just as a kind of, I don't know, see if we get any other kind of interaction, right, of what messaging coming up from there.
Yeah, we can keep an eye on it too, see if anything goes towards it.
Yeah.
Assume we can do that at least.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can drop something from orbit and have it just impact and just like see if anyone comes out to look at it. That's an idea, yeah. Okay, that's fair.
I think that'd be a good idea.
All right. So you guys start rigging that. Okay. Well, you have to wait a little bit. You get to a better orbit, but yeah, you guys can rig that. Okay. What would you want to drop? Like, so there's several ways to do this. One is to like, you guys do a torpedo is just like disarm a torpedo, and just have it shove itself into the ground.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be pretty. It's gonna be a wreck, but it can just sit there and just land or you can have it land, or you can have it like just smash into the ground to make a crater. Right, not explosive, just a crater, and see if anyone comes out and looks for it. If you want to send actual stuff, that's where it gets a little more tricky. Like you want to send some food, or
food would be nice to see if
in a
anybody
box or whatever it is. Yeah.
Starving or something. Is it possible to have the science ship land there?
There's a spaceport. There is a spaceport there, but you'd have to be able to gain one. You'd have to go restart the reactor, and then two, you'd have to like go ahead and get into the command console to initiate that. So it's a multi-step process.
And who knows what happens if we start that reactor if it just explodes?
Well, you guys have seen what was in the reactor room. You guys saw the dust in there and whatever the people they locked in there. And I don't know if you want to go. None of you guys actually went in there. You guys started messing around, prying it open, but you never actually went into it. I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we only really saw it through the camera feed, I believe.
Yeah, you saw it through the camera feed. You saw it was all like welded shut and everything.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that. I don't want to risk going in there if there's something contaminating in there. I don't know. What do you want to do?
You guys are thinking about this. Myrtle, you get a call. You get Creedy's like, hey Cap, can you come here? Can you come
Yeah.
up to okay, it's like her makeshift lab she kind of has on the ship. It's just kind of like a corner of it's basically like a corner of the galley. You gonna go through her?
Yeah.
Okay. You come on in and she goes, hey Cap, watch this. Just keep your eye on it. And she points to like one of the she points to this little like it's like one of the glass kind of a glass slide you use for samples and everything, right?
Right.
And she's
Right.
like, just watch this for a second here, and okay, so you're like watching it, and it's like she's not asking you to look through the microscope or anything like that, nothing like that. She's just like well, you can look through the microscope if you want to, or do you want to like just like watch the slide from afar?
No, I'll look through the microphone.
Okay.
Right,
She goes, oh yeah.
microscope.
Hey, take a look. So you open it up and like it's just like you kind of see like different things like floating around like what looks like a solution of some sort, and a lot of it looks like dust and particles. This is all crap you saw in science class when you were younger. But there's one thing in there that seems to be kind of like moving around a little bit. It looks like your basic like single-celled organism type situation. You've seen those like protozoans and crap like that.
Right.
And it's kind of moving around. And you can see it has a what's that called? Is it a phalange? The whips on the back.
Right.
Right. It's kind of phalange. So it's kind of whipping around like that, moving through the thing a little bit here, and it's actually moving decently fast. Like it kind of like you have to kind of use the microscope. She's like, Cap, watch. Pull. Is it whipping? Do you see the thing whipping around down there?
Yeah.
She's like, watch. She's like, just pull back. Watch this. She's like, watch this.
Okay.
And you can see it whipping pretty hard in there. And she's like, watch the slide from afar. And eventually, like, you see like the slide, like you hear the slide go, and like there's a small little hairline crack in the slide.
Oh dear.
She's like, yeah, like whatever the hell that is, it cracked like two of the slides. So something similar cracked two of the slides. The stuff I brought on.
Maybe we should space this.
Yeah, we could space it all real easy. You want to get the samples up and just get rid of the whole bundle of it, or? And she has it like in a little sealed box, like all the samples, all the crap they pull off your guys' suits when you guys decontaminated.
Right. Do we think it'll hold it?
What's that? Her little box?
Okay.
It's possible.
Is it still after it cracked the thing? Is it still wheeling around?
Oh yeah, she's like, oh yeah, it's still alive.
I wonder if we can. Is there like only one, or have you seen others of these?
I suspect between the sample we have, there's probably a few thousand of them.
Oh, geez. Well, do we do experiments on them? Do we try to kill them? Do we kill them and then have them for, like, we've recorded what they are and what they're doing and all that stuff, and that we see if we can't kill them off
She's like,
and space them?
Yeah, maybe. We could space them really easy. That's not a problem. Killing them, I got bleach. I just pour bleach in it.
It's worth
kills,
trying.
kills most of that. It's pretty damn good at it.
Yeah. I'm gonna ping down
Or
to
we could burn
Wyatt
it.
and say,
We could throw it in the dry
Okay.
cone. There's that element too. Give
Yeah.
you all protomolecule burial here, but yeah. But it does not look like protomolecule stuff. That's the thing. It does not
right,
have
yeah.
that appearance at all. That's what's really weird about it.
Got parasite.
Yeah,
though.
it doesn't. Yeah, we know that shit. We
Well,
know
see,
that
like,
shit when we
it
see
has
it.
a form similar to like the protozoans we see like on Earth and everything, but like they're not that strong. This
So
thing
if
seems
they're
desperate to get out or another.
God. I just keep having visions of the dude.
The dude.
That's like paper mache dude.
Oh, the paper mache, yeah.
Yeah. And what would make two people like unalive themselves?
Yeah.
If it gets under your skin, I mean,
it could be a legitimate like super parasite that you just can't get rid of once it's in there.
All right. So I think that we like put all this information, we track all this information, and then we like incinerate the shit and space it.
Yeah, she's like, I can put it, she's like, I can easily get it all back into containment, and like, we can throw out the back of the ship and burn it with the drive cone, or I can burn it here on the ship, whatever you want to do.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So she starts messing with it and going through and like has it pretty well contained as it is, and she manages to gather it all back together in like kind of thing, and has basically puts it in like a bin that like they'll put out the back of the ship, or put out the side of the ship real easy.
And now we got to be very careful on that next ship when we go over there too, because there's something like that just anywhere. Better be careful.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very dangerous.
So maybe,
very dangerous.
Maybe we don't go back to the science ship then.
I say no. I don't think there's any reason for us.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's look at doing the whole probe thing.
Okay.
About let's see what we can send down and see if we get a response.
So and you can't wait for the Jersey Kinross that has shuttles that can actually go down and send stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Automated.
Yeah.
Like, they can do it automated, and there is a spaceport on the surface, so there's like a landing pad and everything. It's a very safe place to land.
Yeah, we could take one of those and we can put it down there and just like record the fuck out of everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Before we even
Definitely.
think about. Yeah.
We could find a way to keep an eye on that parasite too if it gets on the whatever ship goes down there, so we don't bring it back up too.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys can go ahead and why don't we do that? You guys can set the shuttle to go down when the Jersey Kinross arrives. To then, and while you guys go on to check out the cargo ship as well. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, in that case, we'll do that next time on our show. We got a short episode tonight, guys. We got a lot of creepy stuff, creepy pasta in space. Yeah, the little space raviolis. You okay there? You okay there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Creepy crawlies.
Creepy crawlies. Yeah. I was trying to remember my 4th grade biology materials we learned about protozoans. All right, cool. Well, that was fun. Thank you very much, guys. We're back next week with more. We should have, I think everybody but Donna will be here, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
So Cap will stay back while I'll send the rest of the red shirts onto the other ship. And we'll have a good old time with that, guys. But thank you guys for hanging out this night. It was a little short game. We had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun to kind of like mess with stuff and space raviolis. Yes, it is forbidden space raviolis.
I love Luke's comments in here too.
There's that old ass. What is that old? It's an old board game. It's an old board game. My uncle had it called. Was it Space Amoeba? Amoeba Wars? I think it was Amoeba Wars. Yeah, Amoeba Wars from Avalon Hill in 1981. It was like this like space war game, and there's like giant amoebas and everything. Like, yeah, I think it was called Amoeba Wars. That's what I'm thinking about that. My uncle had this, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and like it's this kind of like weird. Yeah, I think this is the one. Yeah, because I remember the Doomsday ships. Yeah, there they are with the skull on them and everything. Yeah, it was kind of like a little hex chit game of it. Yeah, I don't know if it's any good, but I remember my uncle had it and played. He had everyone playing it. So
I'll have to dig through our storage because that sounds like something that Barry would have purchased back in the day.
I could see if I'd be more shocked if Barry didn't own Amoeba Wars.
Yeah.
It feels like something old, like the old. It's 1981 Avalon Hill game. It feels right up his alley. So, all right,
forbidden snacks are the most dangerous. They are.
Forbidden snacks are the most dangerous. Yes, that's why it's part of the deliciousness is the forbiddenness of it all. That really makes it a little bit extra sweet. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna be back next week on Wednesday night. Thank you so much for everyone hanging out with us. Please, once again, check us out everywhere through our link tree there. You can also check out everyone. I think I put the wrong band in. There it is. You can check out everybody's respective social media sites, which I need to update that one actually too. And last but not least, you can go and get some cool merch of ours. And finally, please, our Patreon is by far our best way to support the show and everything. We have a whole bunch of cool stuff coming up, especially with Phase 7 coming up in summer. Yeah, the 30-year jump is going to be a lot of fun. Once we get past, we're now technically in the transport union era, but like not at the height of it.
Right.
We're kind of at the dawn of it, and it's kind of interesting to think about the dawn of it. And I think it's one thing I feel like in the books and the show, like the transport union shows up, and then 30 years later, hey, they're awesome, and it's like, okay, well, like, how do you get there?
How do you get there?
How do you get there? And everything. So it's a lot of fun. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. You all have a very fine weekend. Do enjoy. Take care. Later.